Hi, and thank you for tuning into Noir History. I'm Natasha, and in this episode, I'll be sharing what I've learned about Callie House. Callie Guy was born into slavery around 1861 in Rutherford County near Nashville, Tennessee. Guy was emancipated a few years later when the Civil War ended, but grew up in the Jim Crow South. It's unclear what happened to her father, but as a child, Guy lived with her widowed mother, sister, and brother-in-law. Given the era, she received a limited primary school education. In 1883, Guy married William House, and their marriage produced 5 children. House helped to support the family by taking in laundry as a washerwoman and seamstress. Seeking better opportunities, the family eventually relocated to South Nashville. By the 1890s, some individuals and organizations were calling for reparations to be paid to the formerly enslaved and their descendants. Pamphlets promoting reparations movements circulated through Nashville's black community. House came across at least one of the pamphlets, the Freedmen's Pension Bill, a plea for American freedmen, which advocated for financial compensation for the past injustices of slavery. Inspired by the pamphlet, House joined the pro-reparations movement. She partnered with Isaiah Dickinson, a black political activist. In 1894, the pair established the National Ex-Slave Mutual Relief Bounty and Pension Association. The association later received a charter in 1898. House and Dickinson traveled to raise funds for relief and to support advocacy. The organization grew as dues-paying members joined newly created local chapters. Funds from the dues were used to help members who were sick or disabled and to cover funeral costs. At the national level, funds were used to organize conventions and cover expenses related to lobbying for a reparations bill. House served as the organization's leader, and her 1897 to 1899 speaking tour helped grow membership to an estimated 300,000 by 1900. Yet House and the association received a great deal of backlash. Prominent black figures of the day such as Booker T. Washington and W.E.B. Du Bois dismissed reparations, choosing to solely focus on education and civil rights. Newspapers belittled House and the organization's activities, but likely most damaging was the response of white Southerners who took action against House and the organization. As with other initiatives to improve conditions and provide opportunities for the previously enslaved and their descendants, white Southerners did all they could to obstruct the reparations movement. Complaints were filed that claimed House and the EXL Pension Association were defrauding its members. House and the association were placed under surveillance by the U.S. Pensions Bureau. She was notified that the U.S. Post Office had issued a fraud order as authorities thought she was using the mail to commit fraud. Under investigation by at least 2 government agencies, House resigned as Assistant Secretary of the EXL Pension Association in 1902. She continued to work within the organization, organizing chapters. When an anticipated reparations bill stalled in Congress, House changed tactics. She worked with Cornelius Jones, an attorney, to sue the Treasury Department for about $70 million based on cotton taxes related to Texas slave labor. The 1915 suit renewed interest in and discussions about reparations, but was eventually thrown out as the Court of Appeals deemed the government immune from litigation. The following year, the Postmaster General and Nashville District Attorney retaliated by filing suit against House and other officers of the Ex-Slave Pension Association. The evidence in both suits was scant. No victims were identified, and their supposedly misleading circulars made no claims that reparations were imminent, but rather that funds would be used to advocate for reparations. In addition, there was no proof that House or any of the other officers made unreasonable or unethical personal use of the funds. House had no material possessions that might raise eyebrows and still lived in the same home. Yet it should not come as a surprise that House was convicted of mail fraud by an all-white male jury. She was sentenced to a year and a day in jail at the Missouri State Penitentiary. House served 9 months of her sentence and was released early on August 1, 1918 for good behavior. She returned to South Nashville and once again supported herself as a laundress. The government investigations and indictments effectively dismantled the national efforts of the Ex-Slave Pension Association, but other individuals and organizations would take inspiration from House and the Ex-Slave Pension Association. Callie House died from cancer on June 6, 1928, and is buried in an unmarked grave in Nashville's Mount Ararat Cemetery. In recent years, a group of Harvard professors and black women's rights organizations launched a petition to have President Biden posthumously pardon Callie House. Thanks for tuning in to Noir History. I publish a new Black History Fact profile every week, so subscribe to the channel and click the notification bell so you don't miss any future episodes. And I'm hoping to finally create some downloadables, so keep an eye on the Media Noir website.